Hey guys, it's Odysseus here. One of the games that has captured my attention at the moment is Kingdom Come Deliverance. It's a game that's a bit like Skyrim, but rather than being based on fantasy, it's based on an actual medieval time period in a real geographical location. It's actually set in Bohemia in 1403. Now, having started this one yesterday, I've played a few hours and I got stuck at a couple of points. So I thought I would do this video to give you guys my top 5 beginner tips if you're starting the game fresh. There may be a couple of early game spoilers in there, but I'm not too far in the game, so hopefully I don't ruin too much for you. So let's roll that intro. Tip number 5. When getting quests, it's a good idea to follow them in order. For example, A, B, C, D, E, and so on. Your first quest giver is your father. He rolls off a long list of things he wants you to do in the village before returning to him with a cold jug of beer. The game lets you do all of the quest objectives in any order, so I decided to leave the sword lesson to the end. I decided to hand in the other parts of the quests before doing the sword lesson in my own time. Boy, was I wrong. When I rocked up to my father to hand him his cold beer, he said this.
Charcoal, the hilt, and the ale. We can start.
Good job. Let's have it then, son. Where have you been with that ale? It's as flat and warm as horse piss. Go back and get me another, and you can pay for it yourself. That's the price of stupidity.
So I quickly took part in the sword lesson and returned to my father, only for him to tell me that the beer was now cold and I had to go and get him another one. I then had to repeat that part of the quest. So what I'm saying here is, if the game wants you to do something specific, like return to me with a cold beer, you'd better leave that part to the end. Tip number 4. Pick up food as you see it, or even store some for later. Kingdom Come Deliverance has gone quite heavily down the realism route. So much so that your character suffers from hunger and fatigue, meaning that you have to regularly eat and sleep to keep playing. I assume that you would die if you kept neglecting these needs. Early on in the game at least, there doesn't seem to be a huge abundance of food around. When you see an apple or bread roll, take it and store it for later. You never know, it may make the difference 20 minutes down the line when Henry is complaining of being hungry. Tip number 3. Saving. You can't save the game very often because you need to get some saviour snaps in order to save. This can feel quite frustrating at the start, especially if you're busy and can't play the game for long periods of time. One thing to note here though is that the game auto-saves every time something significant happens. So for example, if you finish a quest and hand it in, the game should autosave. Look out for the autosave icon if you're looking to take a break. Tip number 2. Hand-to-hand combat. One of the early quests in the game involves visiting the town drunk and recovering a debt he owes to your father. Invariably the meeting results in a brawl and your hand-to-hand abilities will be tested. Kunesh the drunk is quite a formidable opponent and may seem unbeatable at first, but the trick is to throw punches in bunches and then retreat to recover your stamina. You can then repeat this process until you beat Kunesh in submission. If you saw my video about this yesterday, I tried to take Kunesh down with individual shots and it took quite a lot longer than I expected to defeat him. Then I changed tactic and I upped the aggression in my next hand-to-hand fight, and it was over much quicker. Tip number 1. Escaping the town. This took me a long time to work out. At the end of the initial area, an army attacks your hometown and basically kills everyone. You are tasked with escaping on horseback and notifying the neighbouring town. The best way to do this is to jump on the horse and just run like your life depends on it, because it actually does. If you caught my video earlier today, all of my other courses of action resulted in my death. One thing that makes this challenging is that the enemy are in pursuit of you throughout this journey, and whilst chasing you, they'll be shooting arrows at you, trying to prevent you from getting to the next town. If you go slowly, you die. If you fight them, you die. If you go the wrong way, you die. Trust me on this one. Once you leave the town, leg it to the horses, and then get the hell out of there. Well guys, that's been my top 5 beginner tips for Kingdom Come Deliverance. Like I said, I'm not too far into the game, so I'll probably do another tips video in the coming week or so. So if you've got any good tips for us, please drop them in the comment section below. As usual, if you want to see more videos like this one, don't forget to subscribe. Until next time, peace out.